Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing blue, white, and red, weighing 146 pounds. His professional record, 27 victories, with 4 defeats and 1 draw, and 23 of his victories are by knockout. From Vimilter, France, here is the WBC #1 ranked welterweight in the world, the challenger, mesdames et messieurs, Patrick Charpentier. And fighting out of the red corner, wearing white with gold and weighing 147 pounds. In 1992, he captured Olympic gold, and now as a professional, he has a perfect record. 27 straight victories without a defeat, including 22 knockouts and 4 world titles. From East Los Angeles, California, presenting the former junior lightweight, former super welterweight world champion, and now the reigning and defending undefeated welterweight champion of the world, El Niño de Oro, the Golden Boy, Oscar de la Hoya.
Gentlemen, I gave your instructions earlier in the dressing room. I want you to protect yourselves and obey my commands at all times. Understood? Touch them up. Good luck. Bon chance.
Charpentier says that the question for De La Hoya is, does he know how to suffer? Nobody has made him suffer in the ring yet. Is Charpentier the fighter who can do that?
Saw De La Hoya avoid eye contact with his opponent during the referee's instructions. It's always been his custom in the past. State of Texas regards Lawrence Cole as its best referee. De La Hoya has had 4 first-round knockouts in his career.
Charpentier's hands very high, Roy, to deal with De La Hoya's jab.
Yeah, but he reached for that first jab, and he's already wide open for Oscar's left hook. And there you saw Oscar try the hook because he thought it was open.
First left hook of the bout for De La Hoya. De La Hoya's handlers, Gil Clancy included, thinking that the left hook to the body is likely to be available here tonight. Charpentier tends to extend his hands when he tries to come forward. Charpentier short with a couple of jabs. De La Hoya twice to the body, right and left. Left hook to the body, left upstairs. Doesn't seem to be favoring the left wrist, Roy.
No, not at all. He's already making the left hand very active in this fight.
Charpentier mindful of pulling the right hand back quickly after he extended to throw the right cross. De La Hoya quite often uses the first round to sort of look and feel his opponent out and becomes more aggressive when the second bell rings.
Charpentier so far making De La Hoya take the lead.
Charpentier using his right elbow to try to block the left hook to the body. De La Hoya surely will take note of that and think of coming back upstairs.
Because his hands are on the side of his face so much, Charpentier, I think De La Hoya's left uppercut would be a big factor here too.
Crowd responding to every De La Hoya movement.
Very few clean punches landing here.
Cautious first round for both fighters. Straight right hand lands for De La Hoya. 2 left hooks to the body. If Oscar can progressively make the right hand more of a factor from fight to fight, it will increase the degree to which he's a nightmare for his opponents. You don't come in against De La Hoya, Roy, thinking, I have to stop his right hand.
No, you don't do that. I don't think Charpentier came in to do that.
Roy Jones mentioned the left uppercut. Oscar De La Hoya threw his first one with about 8 seconds left in the round.
You'll notice when we get to Charpentier that he stands in the corner.
You'll notice Oscar's doing the same.
And Oscar's doing the same thing right now.
Make sure nobody steps on these cameras. Put your back. All right.
Our interpreter in Charpentier's corner is Yves Jean-Baptiste.
Uppercut, left hook. More jabs. But be careful with him, okay? Work on his damaged shoulder. Okay, remember, he has a damaged shoulder, so work on it. Boom, devant.
Well, a couple of years ago, Oscar De La Hoya had an injured right shoulder. Hasn't been a factor for a while.
Charpentier's strategy may be to try to extend the fight for as long as we can. Since Oscar's been out of the ring for some time, maybe get over-eager.
Well, I think Oscar hit him with a straight right hand over the top of his jab that hurt him already in the first round. So I don't think he really can take Oscar's punch. It's just Oscar has to take his time to set him up for one.
De La Hoya indicated that because of the size of the crowd and the passion they've shown for him, he wouldn't mind if they see a few rounds. He wasn't necessarily looking for an immediate chance at a knockout, but he has had 6 second-round knockouts in his career, including the big one over Rafael Huelas. Charpentier so conscious of De La Hoya's left hand, he'll only throw his own left. He's thrown maybe a couple of right-hand punches in the fight, but by and large, he wants to keep that right next to his chin.
Yeah, he tasted Oscar's power earlier. He doesn't want to take any chances and get caught with a big punch here earlier.
Oscar backing the Frenchman up with his jab, looking for a chance to land a power punch. Charpentier still extremely protective of the right side of his jaw. Oscar might think more of dropping the right hand over Charpentier's jab.
Yeah, he's dropped it a couple of times, but he's trying to break Charpentier's defense up with his left jab right now.
Hard left. Max Charpentier into the ropes. Roy, when you talk about De La Hoya's punching power, his speed is obvious. It's easy to see how fast he is with his hands. But I always tell people I think his power comes from terrific technique. He really has been well schooled in how to throw punches.
Yeah, he has, and I think speed is also power, Jim. Anytime you see a guy deliver punches with the speed that Oscar does, there has to be power there. But he does throw beautiful punches. He was taught well by somebody, and he throws textbook punches, so they have to be powerful.
Particularly the left hook. Left hook to the body, uppercut, misses short. De La Hoya landing a straight left right through Charpentier's guard.
Charpentier is like a heavy bag here. He's just letting Oscar do anything he wants to do whenever he gets ready.
Joel De La Hoya, father of, one-time lightweight fighter himself, and a huge force in Oscar's career. In fact, when Oscar fired trainer Emmanuel Stewart less than a year ago, it was because his father insisted he do it. And you see the staggeringly one-sided CompuBox numbers through 2 rounds.
Make sure your punches are inside. You're a little wide. You're working real well. It's just a matter of time. Don't get crazy now. Just be calm. That's it. A little more movement.
El gancho, cámbiaselo enfrente. ¿Ok?
Louis!
Charpentier throws a left hook and a right hand. So maybe the Frenchman is going to open up and become a tiny bit more aggressive after plodding through the first 2 rounds, throwing jabs almost exclusively and using his right hand to protect against Oscar De La Hoya's left hook and left jab.
Yeah, he came out as though he really wants to start fighting this round. Let's see how long will it last.
De La Hoya's cornermen, trainer Robert Alcazar, Gil Clancy, the whole camp, they like to refer to Charpentier as the piñata. That's why. Charpentier's handlers told us he's never been knocked down.
I thought that was a left hook as he pulled away, Roy.
It was a good left hook. He threw a right hand and followed with a left hook leaning back. That was another good straight right hand.
I don't think he was hurt badly, but there he is, dazed now.
4, 5, 6. No 3 knockdown rule. De La Hoya doing a terrific job of using the right to set up his left hook.
That's right. He actually landed a left uppercut that time, I think.
Yep. It was a perfect uppercut. And now the jab comes right through the center of Charpentier's guard. Frenchman down twice in the round. Very sharp punching by Oscar De La Hoya.
There it goes.
That'll do it. Referee Lawrence Cole has seen enough after a perfect, short, straight right hand finishes the job.
When he's standing right there, he's wide open for the punches, his hands on the side of his face. You always can hit a guy down the middle with his hands on the side of his face.
And we talked about the technique. You can't throw a right cross better than that.
No, you can't.
So they get what they want in El Paso. And the instant that Charpentier made himself just a little bit more aggressive, he became more available, and that was that.
Most of the time, when the guy starts trying to throw punches, it opens him up to be hit with bigger punches.
If you judge, even in a one-sided fight like this, you judge a fighter by how he goes about, in this case the Toreador, how he goes about taking the bull out. And I don't think you can improve upon what Oscar De La Hoya just did.
Well, conventional wisdom in the sport is there's only one other fighter in the same league.
Well, Oscar De La Hoya, everybody believes that to be Trinidad. De La Hoya himself says the toughest opponent for him would be Lopez. And there are people who agree with him. But the only place to prove it is in the ring. And we don't see that happening soon.
And in the pound-for-pound sweepstakes, so often bandied about in the boxing magazines that cover the sport, and among the boxing writers in the sport, and sometimes here on this telecast, the only name that gets mentioned in the same sentence with De La Hoya is that of Roy Jones.
I would put that vice versa.
I would too, Larry.
Here's another look at knockdown number 1. Larry?
There you can see the left hook, quick left hook, an 8-inch left hook. There you see it again from a different angle as Charpentier elected to come in and fight him a little bit and caught that left hook. The next knockdown, which we'll see momentarily,
is the uppercut.
Is the uppercut, as Charpentier was protecting his outside from the left hook.
Body, body, right up the middle.
When you're not getting any resistance, this looks almost too good. How will De La Hoya do when somebody comes out and is willing to stand in there and fight him? How will he do when somebody is hitting him the way he's hitting Charpentier now? That's what we haven't found. It's remarkable this much into his career. There's not a single memorable fight that De La Hoya has fought because nobody has given him that kind of stiff resistance.
And the third knockdown, the perfect right cross. And at that point, it had become target practice because Charpentier, dazed from the first two knockdowns, no longer able to defend himself in the same way. Balance, timing, technique, all of it on display.
Everything looked...
Let's go to Mike Buffer for the official particulars on this one.
At 1 minute, 56 seconds of round number 3, referee Lawrence Cole, following the third knockdown, calls a halt to the bout. The winner by knockout victory, still undefeated and still the reigning WBC welterweight champion of the world, El Niño de Oro, the Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya.
De La Hoya accepting praise from promoter Bob Arum, trainer Robert Alcazar. And now Oscar with a word for the crowd.
First of all, thank you very much for all your support. I felt great tonight. I thank the city of El Paso for giving me the strength, the opportunity to fight here in front of all these wonderful, beautiful fans. And I promise you one more thing, that I will be back. Y que viva México!
So, like MacArthur at Corregidor, De La Hoya vows to return to El Paso. Final punch stat numbers, probably the most one-sided we have ever programmed here before. De La Hoya landing 80 of 155. Considerable number of them power shots. Charpentier landing 5 out of 111. Charpentier throwing almost exclusively jabs, 96 out of his 111 attempted punches, jabs. He didn't want to risk much because maybe deep in his heart he knew what was coming once he did. De La Hoya throwing 84 jabs to set up his power punches and landing at a pretty high percentage, but at the end of the day, straight right hands, left hook, left uppercut, all of those things doing the damage for De La Hoya. Larry Merchant is with the champion.
Thank you, Jim, and congratulations, Oscar.
Thank you very much. And Larry, I'm just gonna say one thing. This fight here meant a lot to me. I was training very, very hard, and there was just one focus on my mind today, of course, to get a victory, but this fight here is dedicated to my little boy Jacob, who's 3 months, and I miss him, and this is for you.
He came out in a shell, Oscar. Did you think that he was going to try to extend this fight and wait till late in the fight in order to try to make something happen?
Well, I believe that Patrick Charpentier was trying to measure me up. He was trying to work his jab. He was trying to work his combinations and see what I did wrong, see what mistakes I would make, and then come for the attack in the later rounds. He looked in great shape. He felt very solid and strong, but like I said, I mean, before I was saying that my speed is coming, it's even faster. My power, I feel it's so strong right now. So, you know, I'm ready for the guys now.
No problems with your left hand?
No problem at all, Larry, and I feel very, very strong with the left hand.
All right, we want to take a look at the 3 knockdowns and ask you to dissect them. Here's the first one.
Well, right here I was just waiting. He was catching me with a few jabs that I just got very careless, but as you can see, I was trying to go over his, right here I connected with a good left hook after his jab that worked effectively. I really didn't study much of him, but I was trying to size him up and trying to work the body here, as you can see. And
that's the second knockdown.
He's the second good uppercut that I caught him with, and it was solid, very solid.
So the first two knockdowns were a hook, an uppercut, and here's the third one.
Was a right hand over right there, over the jab that we've been working on. That we've been trying to size up the very slow jab that comes to my face, move back on it, and come back with the right hand. And it works effectively.
All right, Oscar, you've said you want to be known as a great fighter. How do you define that? Is it somebody who wins the most titles, fights all the best fighters and beats them, makes the most money? What combination of those things do you regard as making a great fighter?
Well, I believe at this point it's a combination of everything, but most importantly is fighting the very best champions out there. And I want to fight whoever wants to sign a contract with me. I will fight. Just bring it on, bring it to the table. We will fight. I'm calling all the champions out there. For the first time in my life, I'm calling out a champion. Let's do it. Trinidad, Corte, whoever, let's do it.
But none of those fighters appears to be on your dance card for the next year. So when does it happen? And you're calling them out into what? A real negotiation in which there's give and take? Are you telling your promoter, make the fight whatever it takes?
Well, what I'm saying is sort out your problems with your managers, your promoters, and talk to Bob Arum and let's sign the fight. You know, I have Chavez in September. That's a definite. That's my personal fight that I want. In November, let's fight the big boys now. Let's go up. If we have to go up to weight, let's do it. Let's fight 147. I still feel strong at this weight, but let's keep on going. Let's fight the very best champions out there because I want to be recognized as the very best.
Thank you very much, Oscar.